Hello, time travelers, and welcome to the Aging Journey podcast, where we explore aging and time in tabletop roleplay games. Content warnings are listed in the description below. Enjoy the journey. We are back again following the prominent Chicago crew, the Piers, who ran a not so legitimate lake touring company that has burnt to the ground. And we are currently in fantasy 1931 Chicago. We actually began this story on January 2nd, 1931. We were introduced to the Piers, who were the new favorites of Mrs. Russo and the Red Syndicate, a mafia that runs all of Chicago. Before our story began, Cesar, Raymond, Kallie, and Liv actually had some pretty lofty goals. Cesar wanted to expand the business, as well as expand the Piers' territory and eliminate any rivals, keeping the Piers at the top of the food chain. Raymond wanted complete loyalty. He also wanted to completely take over the territories with the dream of someday ruling the city. Kallie planned to start a little side business, help the Piers expand their territory, and also eventually put Candy Canes out of business. And Liv wanted the good life, gain as much wealth as she could, make sure she had every gangster in her pocket for protection, and live the life of unquestioned luxury. I mean, you all kind of got some of these things, perhaps not in the way you thought. Last episode, we finally saw the big picture come together. We watched what happened at Candy Canes 3 days ago with the horrific massacre. As you guys watched Kay slaughter and mutate everyone at the meeting, and he got into a brawl with Aspira. You all escaped kind of like horribly mangled and not feeling so well. And eventually you all kind of fell one by one, except Raymond, who made his way all the way to Gerald's. There he learned about the axe. He was cornered by a bunch of were-rats in the sewers, passed out, found by Geraldine, eventually taken to the trash city that she governs, where she brought him back to health. Only to realize that the city became under siege by another wise man named Elle. They are separated. Gerald and Raymond made it to the Russos after the city was leveled. Kallie and Cesar also make it to the Russos. All of you, your independent groups, each on their own. And then after battling a kind of strange, mindless dead, you all finally gained entrance to the Russo's mansion, which is both very quiet inside, but there are 2 guards that were on the front doors, and a bunch of dead that were wandering around. However, inside, you guys have not seen or heard anything, but you are currently entering the bottom of the basement, bottom floor. Liv called her beetle to her side, and you all are now preparing to descend into the basement of the Russo's mansion to find Aspira and hopefully survive this nightmare. And so, as we end our story, seeing the city burn, the syndicate torn apart, the reigning members long dead or worse, the mafia crew who held power disenfranchised, and their leaders probably dead at this point. if not devouring others. And here you all stand at the mouth of the basement doors, a giant beetle who is kind of towering over all of you, but they are both watching you, waiting for either Liv or somebody else to say something to them, while they are also kind of sort of eating some of the dead bodies that were in the graves. What are we all doing?
So we're in the basement.
You're at the mouth of the basement. You guys haven't gone
we
down
haven't gone in yet. Okay. Hey Cesar, you wanna go first?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'll be right behind you, Chief.
Alright. We're still
I think we can hear your dice.
I don't got no dice.
Okay, that was Pan. What's everybody else doing?
I am reaching out to give my beetle a little scratch as he has a snack.
It lets you do that. Its mandibles kind of chittering together.
Oh, look how big and pretty you got. I hear you are the one who saved me from the sewers. What a good bug.
It sort of rears up back, finishing the one leg that was hanging out of its jaws, and it does open the bottom of its carapace to kind of show you the inner fleshy parts of its body, just as like a, oh, do you need to return gesture.
Aw, you're sweet, but I think, why don't you come back with me? We gotta get going down into the basement, and I don't think you're gonna fit.
I think Kallie's kind of like hunched over, covering her face, trying not to look at another giant bug.
Understandable.
Just like visibly shaking.
So the last time this creature was able to merge with you, it was not mutated in this way. However, it was mutated in a different way. So we'll say, yeah, this is a different type of mutation. We'll say that this is still going to be a charm roll. Even though it does clearly understand you, it's going to be really to see how well it reintegrates with you. So let's make that a charm roll, DC 10.
Okay. Thank God I'm easygoing and have a ton of adversity tokens stored up. Oof, that's 7. I will spend 3 of those adversity tokens I was talking about to make it a 10.
Okay. It closes its carapace underneath. It doesn't know how to do what it did before because now it is kind of irrevocably changed. So instead of like sort of getting smaller and like becoming a jewel, it unfortunately you all watch as the back of the carapace kind of splits open, and it basically like sheds the beetle carapace on the outside of it, kind of wiggles out of it, and so now you all see just like a big, like huge bubble of flesh. And then that sort of gets smaller and smaller. But unfortunately, it has to lose that flesh like manually. So what ends up happening is there is like a little tiny flesh beetle that's left. And it kind of crawls up you when it's done. But in the area where the open backyard was, there's now a huge stinking carcass. But you now have your beetle.
Well, That might deter people from following us.
Would have made a good
Certainly is.
distraction.
Yeah, certainly is deterring me.
Is it gonna eat us again?
Oh, well, I mean, never say never, but probably not. It's small now, see?
Yeah, it's about as small as it was a long time ago when it was originally the little tiny beetle that had been placed on Raymond. So it's like it sits on your finger, and it's like half the size of like your index finger.
Look how cute.
Did I mention I was swallowed by Fatima?
Again, in any other circumstance, I would make a joke about that.
It would be quite funny under any other circumstance. You saw her, right? What she turned into. She ate me.
Lawrence did describe it, and it does sound pretty awful. I'll grant you that.
Still like trying not to look at the beetle.
Liv just like puts her hand behind her back so Kallie can't see the beetle.
You did a good job conveying what you wanted it to do. Let's go ahead and also get a grit check for Liv to see how this merge works. I think the DC is going to be a 12.
Oh, no. Oh no. That's a 6.
Okay. We'll also do a grit check for Kallie. DC is also going to be 12.
We don't have a -2 to grit anymore, right?
No.
That's a 9.
I'm going to say that I think, Kallie, you've been through, it's been a long day. And not only this little tiny bug, but just like the smell of the carcass and like what you just kind of saw 5 seconds ago with it being so big, you're starting to feel a little woozy. So I'll say that you kind of lose your lunch.
Okay. It's doubled over. Dry heaving. Haven't eaten much.
Raymond just rubs her back. The half rat-looking Raymond.
Yes, the rat-looking Raymond, and a yoked Cesar. You guys look interesting.
Didn't I fix Ray, or is he still a rat person?
I don't think you
the
tried
bad
to
parts
fix
of
it.
me.
I certainly tried. I certainly
did
tried. I think that's what set the whole thing off. You still got the eyesight, but not the tail.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, my nose shrank and my tail shrank, and I got back the cool parts of being a rat, which was the smell in the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, happy to help.
So Liv, you put the bug behind your back, and then as you see, Kallie move away from you, you bring your hand back, but it's gone. It's still on you somewhere.
Oh,
Very
good. Okay. We trust. It's gonna be fine.
And you all are now by yourselves with the cold draft. And I'll say, a strange silence from the basement.
I anticipate the Russos are no more, and whatever is through this darkened door might be alien in nature. So, if you want to save Chicago, come with me. But if you don't, you could totally run away. That would also be fine.
I mean, I guess this is the last chance to ditch.
This is probably it, yeah. That's what I'm anticipating.
We can't ditch Raymond. We're a family.
You know, Liv, that's just probably the nicest thing I ever heard from you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Marching order?
I'll take lead.
All right.
Did we keep the girls in the middle, or do you girls want to be at the end?
Well, I think we all know that if there's too much danger, I'm just gonna book it, so...
All right. So, Cesar, me, Kallie, and Liv.
That sounds about right.
Does that mean the beetle's gonna be behind me then?
Yeah. Unless you want to bookend this thing.
Do you want me between you and the beetle?
Please, please.
All right.
You know, not all bugs are out to eat you.
I mean, it was a very traumatic experience, and it was only like a couple hours ago, so...
Kallie, is this gonna be an issue if they're like eating dinner in there or something?
Who? The large insects?
Yeah, sure, that too.
Or bugs?
Honestly, anyone. I don't know. I don't know who's in there and whether they're hungry or not.
Will they try to eat us?
I mean,
That is true.
the aliens haven't tried to eat us so far. More like consume our powers and essence and destroy the world. So, probably
Not just Chicago?
also all of Chicago.
And our place of business.
Yeah, they definitely set fire to most of our places of business.
Yeah.
And our homes.
And our homes, and our cool apartments.
These guys were
And
really
the
bad.
villas, and the trash city.
Revenge I can get behind.
That's what I'm feeling. Who has the axe, by the way? Cesar, do you got the axe?
Oh yeah, I got it.
For some reason, it's super powerful against these otherworldly beings.
I mean,
This is
I'm,
the only weapon?
I mean, I got a gun.
I mean, I can eat them apparently, so that's something.
I could also call a horde of rats.
Well, is this a new thing, or is this something you've always been able to do?
Now, Doris has always kind of been able to call her family, but I feel like because now I am part rat, I could also assist in this activity.
Well, okay then. Keep that as a trick, I guess. Liv, does your beetle do anything, or I mean, it was really useful being big. Is it still gonna be helpful?
Oh, sure, it can do whatever I ask it to do as long as I instruct it in a way it understands. Maybe. Probably.
Good answer.
Oh, and Doris can change color now, so that's cool.
Yeah, my beetle did that.
Yeah.
See, it can do all kinds of cool things.
But not eat people.
Not unless I want it to. And
It
then
did kind of
maybe.
eat Liv.
But that was for my protection.
It was. It did a great job.
Fatima
You're
was
looking
not
fabulous.
protecting me. Fatima was not protecting me when she ate me.
I
No,
promise.
and that's weird, because she's our ally. I don't know why she ate you.
Well, she wasn't all there at the moment, I imagine.
Did you keep your mind, Raymond, when you were more rat than you are now?
It more felt like I was on cocaine, so sorta.
I guess that's a good thing.
Kallie, I promise I won't have the beetle eat you unless you ask me to. Or
Okay.
you're gonna die and the beetle needs to eat you to get you somewhere safe, but then it'll spit you back out.
Okay, I trust you, Liv. We've known each other and been through some hard times. It's okay. Okay.
We sure have. We both are wearing scrubs right now. It doesn't get much harder than that.
I forgot.
Yes. Huge travesty for you especially.
Maybe we could steal one of Mrs. Russo's dresses, eh?
Oh, I've always really admired her wardrobe.
I feel she
Well-
owes us at least that much.
I agree.
You know, it's important to come dressed to the nines when saving the world. I mean, whoever heard of someone saving the world dressed in scrubs?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll say you guys are having this conversation as you descend into the basement.
Descending into hell, having casual conversations.
That sounds like us.
We have our priorities.
Pretty accurate at this point.
I'm gonna scoop up Doris as we get in there.
Wonderful. The steps are concrete. It does get darker and darker as you guys descend, so someone will need to find some sort of a light. The stairs continue to go further than you'd think for a little basement entrance. So you're still, as you're having this conversation, you're still descending, but it is getting pitch black.
Yo, do either of your pets glow? Could use some light down here.
I can see in the dark, but let's see. Doris, can you change color to glow in the dark?
I don't see why not.
Yes!
How about we do a glow stick?
Yes!
A bright
She,
neon glow stick.
I'm just
She, does
shaking
that,
Doris.
Should
Crack her
I,
neck thing.
Rat
Oh,
breaks its
no.
neck, starts glowing. I mean, you want me to take Doris while we're walking down these stairs? So we got light in the front, or
Yeah, she can sit on your shoulder. Here you go.
sup?
Squeak.
You guys finally get down to, you would think it's probably like 2 floors down. So at some point you continue to walk so far that it's been about, you could tell you've been going down about 2 floors until you hit solid ground. It is not concrete down here. It is like packed earth or with a little bit of sand on top. It is chilly down here, but still silent and still dark. But right now you have to either go forward or find some more light that will actually light up this entire place, because it looks like you've entered into either a hallway or a room, but unless you go and touch the sides of the walls, you won't know how big this space is.
Right, you got night vision. What do you see?
What do I see?
You do see a pretty, it's a medium-sized room that has 4 walls, and the wall directly in front of you guys is another doorway, but it has no door. It's just a doorway, and that also continues to go forward. So you guys are in a smaller room, and then there's clearly a hallway that goes somewhere else. You don't see anything in here. There's no signs of life. There's no barrels or anything. It's just empty.
I think in the last episode I used my cool not at all creepy new eyes to kind of give me a path to take. Is that still activated?
I'm gonna say no, because I think at that moment you were trying to look for. Well, I know you said you were looking for a Sphera. So it should lead you to a sphere, but I'm gonna say that as soon as you guys got down to like the floor or through the threshold, it dissipates for some reason.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
Can I try and reactivate it?
Sure. How do you want to do that?
I have this inkling that once I reach Aspira, I'm going to do something she told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to rely on that inkling and try and like get it to reverse engineer a route for me just by thinking really, 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 really hard about her.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... I'm going to say go ahead and make a grit roll, actually.
Oh, no.
DC is going to be a 20.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately, if you fail less than 5, something will happen.
Oh, grit. The bane of my existence. What was the DC?
20.
I got it too.
Woof.
So I think other than Cesar, who has Doris, who's lit up, and Raymond, who can see a little bit in the dark, I think Kallie, unfortunately, is the only one who might not.
Kallie.
I would say probably Kallie can maybe hear this. Well, you can all probably hear this. It's just probably only Raymond and Cesar can see. Liv begins to walk off in the direction of the opening. She says nothing.
Well, I guess we're going that way.
All right, do you all follow?
Can I use my security mastery at this point?
Sure.
Alright, so I roll the d4. Let's see what happens. That's a 3. Just trying to, I guess, figure out if we're walking into some sort of trap or like what's going on.
What does your mastery say?
Let's see. So you instinctively understand how security systems and surveillance work, letting you bypass alarms, disable cameras, or exploit blind spots. This ability requires proximity to the mainframe or servers. Okay, so this is not computer-wise.
Well, we'll consider any security, even if it's not technological security.
Okay, yeah.
What do you get on the rolls?
So what should I roll for that? Like street smart, like grit, or?
Oh, is it just the DC?
I don't know. There's no DC for. Is there something on it? Yeah. I think it just says. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say what you roll.
Okay, then it's probably just an ability. I mean, an ability that happens.
Okay.
So let's see. What are you looking for?
Like a way to get in undetected, and also, yeah, just not call attention, I guess, and bypass anything that might be stopping us.
Okay. In this room, you don't see anything that would be stopping you. Like, you don't see anything that would stop Liv from continuing to move forward, and you don't see any traps, or you don't feel like there are any traps in this particular space.
Okay. I'm like steering like Doris around like with Raven's arm, like trying to see everything with that. Point her over there.
Well, the rat can freaking walk around, right? Just send it into the room.
In the thin hallway, it goes on for a while, and then it eventually opens into a much larger room that is also very, very dark. And I will say that the Doris is not going to be able to show enough light Liv, you are directly in the front. You enter this room and you keep walking forward. Who is next coming into the room?
That'd be me.
Okay. You can see Liv in front of you because you're holding Doris, but you can't see. It's like a little halo of light. So you can kind of feel you're in a bigger space, but you can't see anything pretty much past this little dome of light you have. Who's next?
I think Kallie would probably go in the back then, the very back. So probably Raymond.
Yeah, so I'd be next.
Raymond, you enter this space. Cesar in front of you, Liv in front of him. Liv is a little ahead of both of you, but you both can see her. She is continuing to walk just straight forward. As you walk into this space, number one, you notice that this room is much, much larger. And number two, you realize that way ahead of Liv, like where she's walking, there is a dip in the floor. You can't see what that dip looks like. You can just see that there's a dip. I will also say to go ahead and roll a grit roll. DC is going to be 15.
Oh no, I'm not very good at that, I don't think. Nope, I'm not. Okay, 15? Mm-hmm. Okay. Ah! Ooh! I exploded. I exploded again. Wow, that's the most grit he's ever had. So that's a 16? No, 17.
That is a good roll. As you look around and particularly look up, you see shadowy tendrils that are covering the ceiling of this place, and the shadows and the darkness you guys are walking in on either side of the line of you all. These shadows are quickly like moving down from the ceiling, down the sides of the hall, and moving directly towards all of you. And because of that roll, you are able to warn everyone before it gets to you. However, at this point, I think Kallie emerges, not really being able to see anything, but the little glow a couple of feet in front of you.
Everybody, there's some shadow creatures heading our way. Be ready with, I don't know, attacks?
Liv, you do not hear this. You are in a bit of a trance and you just continue to walk forward. As you walk, you will get to that edge. Go ahead and make a grit roll. DC is going to be, we'll say it's a 10.
Liv's really living her best life, isn't she?
Is there any way I can assist? Because I kind of want to put my hand on Liv's shoulder to stop her from just progressing blindly.
You can, yeah. Now that Raymond has indicated that something is, coming towards you guys, you can move to stop Liv.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, then go ahead and roll a flight.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Please do, because I got a 1.
Your
DC
DC is going to be 8 to catch Liv, especially since you got a 1 before she continues on.
I gotta meet it. Yeah, the DC 8 is my DC is my die for flight. 6. I'm gonna spend the 2 adversity tokens to make it an 8, and then it'll blow up into an 8, which will then blow up into a 3. So that's 8 plus 8, 16, 19.
Hey.
Okay.
I got you.
I will say, because Liv's was a 1, she walks, your foot hits air, and you fall, and you snap out of your trance just as you get that sinking feeling that when your foot falls and you continue to fall forward, as you can feel that you're about to tumble into complete darkness, and you feel Cesar grab you. Now, Cesar, you don't go over with her because you are heavier than her, so you're able to grab her, but she is still on the edge, so you have to hold onto her and pull her up. But you don't go over with her. I will say, though, that you're no longer holding Doris.
All right. Well, I will try and pull her back away from. Can I tell she is falling or about to
Yes.
fall?
So when you grab her, she is completely fallen, and you're basically holding either what did you grab?
I went to grab her shoulder,
Okay.
like hand on the shoulder. Then she just started falling.
I'm gonna say
I
you
guess
don't.
I just vice gripped it.
I'm gonna say you kind of forget your own strength, and you were literally like holding her shoulder like a grip, but she is fully like fallen, and you're like holding her over the edge of this cliff into darkness.
That can't be comfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. In fact, let's have Liv take a minor wound.
Ow.
Dang, I don't know my own
Ow.
strength nowadays.
But you did catch her. And as you try to pull her up, these tendrils are making their way to all of you. And so Raymond and Kallie, what are you guys doing as I roll for these things that will attack all of you? Kallie, Raymond.
I don't know. Because they're shadows, right?
They are, yes. You all would remember, or at least you, because you can see them, you would remember that these are the same things you saw one of the wise men wield at Asphera's. They're like shadowy tendrils that are an extension of them.
And do I remember if, like, swords or knives or guns, like, did anything to these things?
Good question. Go ahead and make a brains roll as you try to kind of determine this. I will say, though, this brains roll is going to be in tandem with them attacking.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's going to be a DC, let's say a DC 8 to see if you can remember.
Okay. Nope, cannot. That's a 2.
Okay. Kallie, what are you doing?
Callie's like, Cesar, the axe. Callie's gonna try to grab it and swing, I think, if he's busy with Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's her taking it, I'll let go. I won't hold on to it.
Like, Liv is dangling there like a scruffed kitten at this point.
Okay. So Kallie is going over to Cesar, who is trying to pull Liv up and taking the axe. Raymond, you were trying to figure out what's going on with these things, like how you think you can harm them. Liv, you are dangling, and Cesar, you were holding on to Liv. Let's see what these creatures do. So, in response, at the moment, it kind of seems like, seeing how Raymond already did their role, it's really only Kallie. So Kallie, it's going to be your flight against all of their flights. So each tendril has a roll. Okay, that explodes. Okay.
Okay. I exploded too.
Oh, good.
But I had a pretty low die to begin with.
We take what we can get.
It's not like it's my charm roll, so.
You have to beat a 9.
I got a 10. I got a 6 and
Okay, not bad.
Hey.
We take it.
All right. Yeah, you beat all of their rolls were actually really low, except for the one that exploded. So you can, you can. I'm gonna say you can't actually still see them because they are shadows within shadows, but you can hear them moving and you can feel them when they are coming towards you, trying to grab or jab at you. And so I'm going to say you have Cesar's axe, and so you can swing on them. Go ahead and roll your fight.
Okay.
And add a +2 to your fight roll. It's going to be a DC 8.
I rolled terribly on my d12. That's only a 6 total with the bonus, and I don't think I have enough adversity.
Okay. You swing the axe. You're able to give it one big swing, and they basically like move out of the way of the axe to try to avoid it, but they don't hit you or anyone else. However, they will now see that you have a weapon that if it does hit them, it could cause damage. So they're going to look at people other than you to try to attack. Cesar, what do you want to try to do to try to get Liv up?
Really just, okay, I'll start to try and lift with the one hand I've got on her, and then see if I can get my other hand either around her or grab her with the other hand and just pull her up.
Okay. That sounds like you could do a brawn or a flight if you're trying to do it quickly.
Nah, we're going for the heave-ho.
Okay, brawn it is. Liv, you can, either you can assist or you can fight. So it depends on what you want to do.
Liv is gonna cling to Cesar.
Okay.
Like
and go ahead and roll a
kid.
grit roll, and Cesar roll a brawn roll.
All right, that works.
My grit is a 5.
I have 14 plus 2 to 16.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're able to hoist Liv up, and Liv, you don't take any more injuries.
Yay!
But now it is you two standing next to Kallie, who's behind you. Raymond, you are a little farther behind. What are you doing?
So I have an idea. So I have criminal. Let's see, what's it called? Criminal mastery in supernatural charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, which. Oh no. Where'd it go?
Is the shadows? What?
Yeah, kinda.
Yo,
So
guys,
I have,
Do it.
Just stop, guys.
I have. Wait. So I
From the
have,
shadow, lean in, inner Liv.
I have a container of pomade for my hair because I'm awesome, and I just want to like, yeah. Now you stay away. This acid will kill anything that's created of darkness. And use my enhanced charisma to convince them that that's true.
Okay. So their brains is a D12.
Great.
Then roll a D12. Okay, you have to beat a 3.
Wow. That's great. Okay, hold on. Let me roll. Oh, wow. That was really good. So that's a 17 plus 2, which is a 19.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, they understand and they pull away from you, which means they are going to turn around and try to attack Liv and Cesar and Kallie.
Oh, damn. I was hoping they'd just leave.
Now, at this point, they have realized that you guys might be formidable, right? They've come in contact with the axe. They've seen someone that claims that they have some sort of acid that can burn them. Therefore, they're not going to try to grab you anymore. They're just going to try to stab you or hurt you. So now they are rolling fight. They all have a D10. So let me know what you want to do in response. As now there's 4 of these things, but they're coming to 3 of you. So we're going to say 2 of them are going to come for Kallie since she's the one still holding the axe, 1 for Liv and 1 for Cesar. So let me know what you're doing, and then I will give you the DC to beat.
Are these...
Go ahead. Oh. No, my plan involves you, so you go first.
Oh, all right. Well, I was just going to ask if these things are like physical creatures, or are they still just shadow?
Based on what you remember, and I'll say just surface level, You remember that they were basically like extensions of the wise men. I think it was W. I don't know if you guys even got his name, but you guys know that it's an extension of this wise man. So they're connected to him some way. You guys just don't see him.
All right.
So they can become like physical things. They just look like they are moving in shadow.
All right. So unless I'm told to do something else, I'm gonna try and get my basically my signature move of bear hug the tentacle and attempt to pull it down from wherever it's coming from.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a brawn.
Yeah.
Okay. It is going to try to impale you, I think.
That's fair. It can try.
All right. So let's see what you got to beat. No. I beat a 1.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh no!
I got a +2. I don't even have to roll to beat this. Yo, I rolled a 1. That's crazy. Take my +2 though.
Okay. You do beat it. Yeah, you're able to, I will say you're able to grab it and you're able to give it a yank. And you do feel some tension against you. However, I will say that as you yank it, because these things are coming from, they kind of seem like they're coming from everywhere. And you remember that it was kind of that way when you were in the pit at Esfira's. It seemed like there were a bunch of these things coming from all over and they were moving on their own. So I'll say that you and this thing are basically having a tug of war. It's pulling you and you are pulling it, and you are winning, but only with one of them. It doesn't seem it, even though you don't know how it's attached to the other ones or to W. But you have a good hold of it, and if you gave it another yank, something else would probably happen.
All right.
That's what Cesar's doing. What's everybody else doing?
My grand master plan was to hide behind Cesar and then see if I could get my beetle to firefly out and light up the room. To either chase the shadows away or make them easier for people to see and hit.
Okay. You ask your beetle to do that for you. Go ahead and roll a charm. I'll say DC is going to be... actually, it's going to be against this creature. Or this shadow tentacle. Oh my gosh. Well, this is going to be a short battle. It's going to be a 1.
Okay.
Hey.
Challenge
crazy.
accepted. 5.
Yeah. What do you... So you ask it to do that. It goes up in the air. And what do you want it to do?
I would like it to illuminate the whole room and then see what that does. I don't know if the shadows are going to run away. I don't know if it's just going to make them easier to hit them.
Okay.
I just want
Yeah.
some light.
It kind of, it's really, really tiny, but it flies up above you all and it lights. And at first it looks just like a little firefly. And then it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter until it basically blinds you all for a moment as it illuminates the room, almost like there's a big old ball of light, like the sun, that's all above you all. So now you can all see. And what you see is that there's not just 4 of these things. On the ceiling, there's like a huge mass of these tentacle, black, ichor type of things. And as the light gets bright, it basically kind of wakes them up, and 7 more are going to descend.
Oops. My bad.
Kallie, what are you doing?
But now you can see them,
I still
Kallie.
have the axe. I'm trying to swing through the ones coming at me then.
Okay. So let's see. Let's not make it a 1, shall we? Okay. That's not better. Okay.
Good.
You have to beat a 9.
A 9, okay. Oh, 11 plus 2 is 13.
All right. They both come in and you give them a big whack. I will say that you basically like they're coming in to like skewer you from either side. So one's coming from like down and one's coming from the side from you, and you're able to cut them both in half. And I think at this point you all see that they are organic, but they're not. They don't look like normal inside. Like the cross section, it doesn't look like meat. It looks like something else. There's like little holes, and they're bleeding black substance. Kind of reminds you of like like sausage.
Ew.
I'm never eating another hot dog. They're kind of worm shaped, also.
But what you see, unfortunately, is as you cut them in half, the parts that fall to the ground kind of wiggle for a moment and then stop. But the parts that are still attached to the ceiling, they retract back up into the ceiling.
We must go. We must leave this room.
Did my light illuminate that pit I almost fell into at all?
It did. It is basically a giant chasm. You either have to figure out a way over it or go down into it. You would assume that there's another side to the chasm, but even with the light, it looks like it's kind of like an endless opening.
And
Cool.
is there only one way into this room, or is there a door on the other side of the chasm?
Roll a brains roll. Let's make the DC. Actually, I'll give you a choice. You can either roll a brains roll, or you can roll a charm roll to basically commune with your friend.
Okay. Interesting. I'll do the charisma. Let's see what happens.
Okay. For that, the DC will be a 4.
Hey, I have a D6. Let's see. 5. Hello, friend.
This time, even though so far you have mainly heard giggling of a little girl and a little girl's voice, you hear basically like an old woman, and she just goes, "Friend, yes. How can I help you, sweetheart?"
Just looking for a way out of this room. You know of any?
You don't get an immediate response through a voice. You just feel the muscles in your body tense, and you begin to walk forward over the edge.
Oh, well, okay then. Here we go. Am I still holding on to that tentacle? Am I taking it with me?
You can take it with you if you want. Yeah.
Hey, I'm rappelling down the cliff.
Okay. You all watch as Cesar just with the tentacle still holding it, just pops over the edge.
Weird question.
Oh my God.
Can I just jump on his back?
What was the question?
Can I just like jump on his back in a piggyback ride?
Yeah. Liv and Cesar descend into the pit.
I never thought Liv was interested in Cesar, but all right then.
Liv is interested in everybody. Pay attention.
Raymond and Kallie, as you guys watch this, and 7 more of these tentacles descend from the ceiling, what do you do?
Guess we're following our coworkers.
Well, brains before beauty.
How dare you? Liv is already down the chasm.
What? I am also beautiful. Thank you very much.
That's true.
All right. Are you guys jumping down? What's happening?
Yeah, jumping in.
Yep.
All right. You guys jump down after them. It is a long fall, And I'm going to need everybody to roll a grit roll other than probably just Cesar, who did it intentionally and is holding on to something. Liv is holding on to Cesar's back, so your DC will be a little bit different. But we'll do grit rolls for Kallie and Raymond are going to be, I think, DC 10s, and Liv is going to be a DC 6.
I got a 4.
Okay.
17.
6 on the
Okay.
note.
Caesar's just like crawling down the side of the wall. Suddenly there's just like, as two people just fall past.
Liv, what did you get?
6 on the nose.
Okay. You're able to keep hold of Cesar as he descends the whole way. Cesar, you kind of like nosedive past everyone, and Kallie, you also nosedive, but you land like a badass on your
Power
feet.
stance.
Yeah, basically. Now, I will say that Raymond is gonna just splat on the ground if you don't catch
Cool.
him.
Love that.
Yeah,
for
can
me.
I rolled more than 5 over. Can I help Raymond?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'll cushion the fall. Like basket catch.
Yes, Raymond, you're just falling, free falling, and you get caught by Kallie. And then Liv and Cesar, you also both arrive safely. And you guys are now at the bottom of this strange cavern where the floor is no longer hard. It's, for a better word, kind of muddy or sticky. And the light was kept up above from the beetle. You can see the light above you, but the chasm that you guys are now at is a little darker. But you have a little bit of light, but it's not as much as it was above. You notice also that the tentacles do not follow you down here. It's a long chasm, so you can either walk like down the chasm or up the chasm. They kind of both look the same.
Did I get a wound from that, or am I okay?
No, you got caught by Kallie.
That's nice. Princess caught? That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Everything Raymond's wanted.
Yes, absolutely.
What are we doing?
Does Liv get down after I reach the floor, or am I just carrying her in a piggyback from now on?
Yeah, no, she's gonna stay there for a while.
Alright,
You tell her otherwise.
I'm preoccupied.
Okay.
I guess if you're holding Liv, I'll still hold the axe. Do you want it back?
I thought you were gonna say I'll hold Raymond.
Yes, you too.
I'm still holding Raymond too. Like I drop the axe. And now I sling the axe like over like Raymond's lap as I'm carrying it.
I've never felt safer.
I can take that if you want.
Like hoist Raymond towards.
Not the axe. Yes.
I will accept him. I mean, I got a D4 for brains, so
Okay. So, who is making the decision on which way to go?
It sounds like the single brain cell that we're all sharing.
Yeah.
Should we flip a coin?
I mean, I could just ask. I'll, in my brain, ask creepy ghost lady who told me to jump down a cliff. Hey, where are we going from here?
If you want to commune again, you'll have to roll another charm roll.
Sure, I'll try.
Okay. DC is going to be a 10 again.
Ruh-roh. Oh, I got a 6. That will explode into a 4, so that's 10.
You hear her. What are you looking for?
1 second. Hey, what are we looking for still? Still a Sphera?
Yeah, probably.
We're looking for a Sphera.
You can feel that she's still there, but she is not answering you.
Hello. Fine, alright, cool. Flip a coin, we'll go whatever direction.
Is there light down either path?
No.
Dang it.
Could I try a vibe check?
Sure. Are you going to pick a side?
Yes.
Okay. Which one?
The left way.
Feels cold, distant, strange, unusual, like death.
What does the right way feel like?
Feels strange, unusual, cold.
But not like that?
Not from what you can tell.
Maybe we go right?
I
Now-
trust Liv's judgment.
I will say from that vibe check, make a brains roll.
Oh.
Let's say the DC is going to be 4.
Does a sphere feel like death?
I mean, she is
probably.
kind of.
Most powerful women do. 7.
I mean, yeah. Asphyra kind of is terrifying. You would say cold, distant.
Mm-hmm.
But most of all, she definitely gives off death vibes.
Actually, no, let's go left. I'm firm on this one, left.
You sure? Because you were just saying right, so I mean, you can turn right.
No. See,
Which way west worms?
Anyway, from the way we came, I imagine.
Ugh.
I agree. Let's go left. Lucky left, I always say.
the mortal in me that still needs to work to be as good as she deserves said right, but my heart is telling me left.
Okay. You guys begin to trudge down this mucky, kind of like the bottom of this trench. That's very, very, very wide, but you stay kind of close to the side that you came down on. You guys are walking for a couple of minutes until you get to basically what looks like a giant cavern entrance. And it is also quite dark inside.
Ray, can you see anything in there?
Can I see anything in there?
It just looks like a dark entrance. You do see though that as you kind of like, poke your head in, it's a large opening, but it's not humongous. However, you do see, I think now, as you come to a place that is a little less wet, it's a little drier in terms of the ground, you do see what the muck is made of. There are like little bits of bone that are sticking up, a piece of a skull on the ground. But you don't see anything other than like a long corridor.
I see a bunch of people mush and a corridor, but no living things.
Well, I guess that's a good sign.
Let's head in. Journey on. Vamoose.
But you might want to brace yourself. If we get attacked, I am going to drop you.
Well, how about you just put me down and I'll walk, I guess.
Alright.
If I gotta.
I didn't bring my boots.
Oh, no.
But don't you like this kind of muck now that you're like that?
Hey, not all rats are dirty. Look at Dora. She is a beautiful, clean creature of beauty.
You might like it if you took your shoes off.
Ugh, what?
Rats
No.
don't wear shoes.
But then it would squish between my toes.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll
If you
say,
found out you liked that.
No.
I'll say that the beetle comes down and reconvenes with Liv.
Ugh!
He just kind of flies past you all like a little firefly.
Aw, hi, gorgeous. Hey, Cesar, if it's all the same to you, I'll just stay here until you need me to not be here.
alright, but if I start swinging, you're probably gonna go flying, so you brace yourself.
I'll be ready.
All right.
Cool.
You guys begin to walk in. It's a pretty short, like muddy corridor, but it gets drier as you walk in, and eventually you guys do see basically what looks like an underground cavern that it was at some point hollowed out for some reason. It's mostly dry on the ground with packed earth, and the size of this larger cave looks very much like the cave that Raymond woke up in. So perhaps this is one of those old mines underneath the city. And in front of you all, I'll say that with the bug there, you guys have a little bit of light, but also there are some candles in this area. They aren't lit, but you can light them to get some better light. But you do see it's not a metal cage. It's a cage where it seems like the roots have come up from the ground and created like a natural cage. But it is holding Asphira, and she is unconscious in the back side of the cave. On the other side, on the sides of the cave and the top and the bottom, you don't immediately see anything or anyone else in this room.
You really think they were dumb enough just to guard this with one trap?
No, I don't. So, proceed with caution? I maybe don't light the candles. I feel like that's a trap just waiting to happen.
Yo, send your rat over to Sphere and see what she says.
Okay. Doris, if you would.
Okay. How would you like her to get over to the cage?
It's just grown out of the floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to skitter over there.
Okay. She hops on the ground, begins to skitter over. Let's go ahead and make a grit check for Doris. DC is going to be a 7.
Do I just use my stats?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whew. That's a 5 plus 1 is a 6, but I'll use an adversity token to make it a 7.
Okay. As she skitters over, like halfway over there, she kind of stops for a second, but then continues. And she does get to Asphira. Asphira is knocked out cold. She's completely unconscious.
Can she get into the bars?
I'm going to say they are grown like thick, like weaved. The roots are kind of weaved. So she's going to have to, she's not going to be able to slip through. She's going to have to make an opening.
All right. Go ahead and start chewing there, Doris.
She's got some good chompers on her.
She does. She's really good at it.
I'm going to say anyone who wants to can make a brains roll. DC is going to be, it's going to be a 4 if you're trying to determine if you're looking at a sphere and the enclosure, it's going to be a 10 if you're looking at the room.
I'll look at this, Vera.
I'll also look at Aspira.
I'm gonna look at the room. I don't trust this room.
Okay. We have 2 for Aspira, 1 for room. What did Raymond say?
I said Aspira.
Okay, so 3 for Aspira. So your DC
No,
is 4.
I was doing room.
DC is 10.
We'll split
Yeah,
up on that.
I'm doing room.
It was me that was doing Aspira and Kallie that was doing the room.
Oh, okay. Kallie and Cesar are doing the room.
Yep.
Okay.
I got exactly a 4.
Okay. As you tell Doris to chew on this strange root, you realize that it's poisonous.
Oh, don't do that, Doris. Actually, don't do that, Doris.
Liv, what did you get?
8.
You also notice that, just basically based off of this type of root that you're looking at. You also, as you're looking at Aspira, even from where you are, you can tell that there's just something off about her enclosure and her laying on the ground unconscious. Mainly from the last time you saw her, she should be pretty beat up because she was in a pretty heavy fight. But she doesn't look that bad. She looks kind of healed. Cesar and Kallie, what did you guys get?
Cesar got an 11.
Got a 7.
Okay. Kallie, you also kind of get the vibe that something is just off about this room. It's big, but the only thing in here, from what you can see, is that cage that's in the back of the room. And Cesar, you also kind of catch the vibe of all of these things. I will also say, though, that internally you're getting like a push from something, and you can imagine it's the thing that is providing you with some sort of power boost. But you're getting the vibe from this thing that they don't want you to be here. And they don't like that you're here, and they would prefer if you didn't do whatever you were doing right now. They don't want anything to do with the sphere. But you also notice in this room that the floor that you're all standing on is, for lack of a better word, it is packed down, but it's also like there are some areas that are sunken in a little bit, just slightly. Like you wouldn't notice unless you were looking for it. This is the same with the sides of the walls of this place. They have like little divots in them. It's strange.
Oh, Doris, please come back to Daddy.
I don't like to look at this place.
I think this room might be a stomach.
Oh.
Doris turns around, comes back to you. She's going to make another grit roll. DC's going to be a 6.
Okay. Come on, Doris, baby. You could do it. Oh, no. A 6?
Mm-hmm.
I will spend a shit ton of adversity tokens to save my baby.
Correct.
So she
Okay.
just made a 6.
Okay. Again, she is walking back, but halfway through kind of stops for a second and then makes the rest of the way back to you. By the time she gets to you, you all kind of realize that Asphira on the other side of the room, she is now sitting up, staring at all of you.
So I have this idea in my head that I'm supposed to do something when I see a Sphera, but I don't know what it is.
Correct.
Do I
Go ahead
feel
and- actually, you don't need a roll for this. I will say that oddly enough, when you look at this person, you don't feel that you need to do anything.
This doesn't feel like the person who bit Kallie in her dream.
This Aspera is in the form that most people have seen her in, which is her human form.
Oh no, that's even more suspicious.
Not to alarm anyone, but Kallie, I don't think this person's ever bit you a day in her life.
That's a great line.
I get that feeling too, Liv. I would know that Aspera that bit me anywhere, and this is not her.
She really leaves a mark, huh? An impression, you might say.
She
really does.
She is sitting up, kind of just looking at all of you, kind of with like a sort of with a face of maybe concern. It's a little difficult to see what her face actually is supposed to be portraying, but you just hear her say, "Help! Help!"
Liar.
That is not Aspera.
Liar.
Yeah, I don't think
in
we're
her
supposed to
life.
be here.
And then I think at this realization, the roots retract from the bottom of that cage back up to the ceiling, and the divots that are in the ground and in the sides of this room pop open, and I would say like 17 goons pop out, and they begin to descend on you all.
I think we make a hasty retreat the other direction.
You guys turn around to run. Go ahead and give me flight rolls. They are going to run after you, and they don't need to make flight rolls because they can move in a blink of an eye. So these flight rolls, these flight rolls that you're making aren't necessarily to outrun them. It's more to figure out where your exits are as you all have to quickly run to somewhere.
I am hopping off Cesar's shoulders.
So I think the DC is going to be a 6 just to realize what situation you're in, but it's going to be a 10 to choose the right path to get out of the way of most of them.
Fun story. I rolled a 1.
Wonderful.
Hey, another fun story. I also rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Okay.
I ain't that flighty.
Roll a 2. I did
Okay.
better.
So
Oof.
I
All up to you, Liv.
floated and got
Okay.
a 27.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Nice.
All right.
Somebody has to live for us, Liv. Huh.
I'm going to say, Liv.
She did tell you she was booking it at the first sign of danger.
Kallie, do it.
As you all turn around to book it back from where you came, you see that there are already 2 goons standing at the entrance you guys came in. And there are no other entrances. However, Liv, you notice that the roots that went up to the ceiling. And so as you look up, you kind of see that there is basically like a drop area. And that looks like that might be your only exit. So you have to go up. Now I'll say with such a high roll, I'll allow you with this high roll to make the beetle bigger so that they can carry everyone. But the beetle will not be able to get smaller after this.
My baby. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Kallie.
I'm so sorry, guys. The beetle balloons once again. It kind of regrows its huge carapace. It's like 4 times, 5 times. I think it's humongous, big enough to swallow all of you, and it does. And then
Nice.
it flies all the way up to the top. Inside of this creature, it's more like it's not like you're moving through internal like digestive system because it hasn't actually swallowed you. It's kind of like it's almost like you're in a little pouch. So it has like an air pocket. It's just that you all kind of tumble in and you're all like smushed together in this big old flesh pouch inside of its chest as it flies up.
This is intimate.
It didn't technically eat you, Kallie. Technically.
I'm too large to be here.
After a couple of minutes, you guys, it flies up. You guys can't see what it sees. It just knows to fly up into this area, and it deposits you all, just like it did when it opened up its carapace where you all saw live. And so you all kind of tumble out onto. It's not as thick and mucky. It's more swampy. So you guys kind of tumble out into basically like swamp water. And you can hear that water is kind of dripping from some of the sides of this other cave. And as you guys pour out and the beetle closes its carapace again, you do look up and you see the real Asphira. She looks rough. She hasn't been patched up. She has a huge gaping wound on the side of her stomach, where her ribs are. You can actually see a rib, and she is tied up where she can't move, and she is not unconscious. She is actually looking directly at you, but standing right next to her is one of the wise men, his hands firmly in his lap as he kind of just looks at all of you. And right next to him is a goon who is smiling at all of you. And he simply just goes, "Welcome. Welcome."
The goon is smiling? Or what? Have we seen any of these smile before?
I would say only the ones that like talk, like the ones that are always next to a wise man, they seem to have a lot of like normal people faculties, but they all look like they're rotting.
Ugh.
Ew.
Please come forward. Let us bless you. He kind of puts out his hands to invite you all to come to the threshold. What you're looking at is basically a bit of an altar. It's a little bit risen above this like swampy area you've all been tumbled into. Asphira is on basically like a little platform, held up with chains.
So she looks like she's the sacrifice of this ritual?
Make a brains roll to see if you can understand what's happening here.
No.
And anyone can, as you guys look up and see this. DC is going to be, I think DC is going to be a 6, just to kind of maybe understand based on the context of what's happening.
I got a 7.
Okay. Liv, you begin to walk towards them. I'm listening to the goon as he has invited you all to get closer.
Oh, good. That tracks.
Can I ask my patron what she thinks is going on here?
As you as you try to commune again, you just feel red hot anger, and you don't know where it's pointed towards. But it literally feels like the charm that has sunken into your chest is on fire. And I'm gonna say actually you begin to bleed there.
Wonderful. Cool. Okay.
We should put this axe through him.
Hey, you want to keep the axe or can I have it?
You can have it back.
Sweet. All right.
I'm
Raymond,
gonna
you got a
make the
7.
move. Yeah.
I will say that you think definitely something is going on. You're not 100% sure if it's like a ritual or sacrifice or whatever. You just know that they have kept Asphira alive, barely it seems, and that this place seems to be like their main lair. But yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can assume that you understand 100% what's going on, but you do kind of see that they have for some reason kept her alive, and that this is their like lair.
All right. So I'm gonna make a big move. I'm gonna do a big flourish with my handkerchief and bow to the guy and walk up and be like, "Oh, great, goon / Wiseman goon. I am your humble servant and ask for the freedom of all Chicago. I am at your service." And I want to get as close as possible to try and see how the chains are being held and if there's a way for Doris to sneak past the guy and try and like lock pick the chains apart.
Okay. So both of you, Liv and Raymond, are walking up to this area. I'll say that both of you are also trying to get very close to Asphira. So you're trying to get up to the closeness and get up next to her. I will say that 2 goons will arrive and get in front of both of you. Liv, that will not stop you. You will get to Asphira regardless of what's in front of you. Raymond, though, when one of them steps in front of you, you can choose to stop, but you guys are going to have to go through them. I'll also say that the wise man that's standing there is also not going to let you guys get too close to Asphira. You guys can get close to him if you're wanting to like talk to him or try to get him to believe that you are accepting whatever this blessing is, but he is not also going to allow you to get too close.
Yeah, I'll try to get as close to him as possible then and try and get Doris to like sneak past all of them.
Okay. Let's do a charm then to try to convince him that that's what you're doing. This is, let me look at, this is K. Oh no, that was K. Oh, this is W. Okay.
Oh no, that sounded bad.
So you're doing charm. They are also going to do charm, and they also have a D20.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ooh. And they have they got an 18. They have adversity tokens. I'm going to spend 2 to blow it up.
Oh no, don't do that.
Oh my gosh, another 18?
No.
Oh no.
That's a good roll.
They're gonna burn all their adversity here.
And also maybe Raymond to death.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Okay, that's a 38.
Whoa.
Before we see what happens there, Liv, the goon that steps in front of you to stop you from getting close to Asphira, what are you doing?
I think she is just kind of like dodging around him. If she can get through a crowded party to find her target, she can get past this goon.
Okay. Sounds like a flight to me. They're going to just try to grab you. So it's going to be a brawn for them. So it's going to be a D20.
Oh, God.
16. I'm not going to use any tokens. 16.
Ooh, 13. I am going to use tokens.
Okay.
I will burn 3 tokens.
Okay. Yeah, you were able to to get around him as he kind of like tries to grab you. And I'll say that you're able to get close enough to Asphira, who she is tied up with like her hands like up. And she does see you, and you guys kind of lock eyes, and you basically embrace her, give her basically a big hug. And you all don't see this, but basically, Liv, what you feel is you feel almost that same melding that happened when in your like dream state where she put her hands onto your head and it kind of melded into your head. Well, you feel that, but with both of your bodies. They are literally molding into one another. That's what's happening there. Cesar and Kallie, what are you guys doing?
Alright. Does anyone look like they're about to stop whatever's going to happen? Because I will put myself in the way of anyone trying to go after either Liv or Ray.
Yes. So there are two goons that are right in front of Asphira. Raymond is right in front of the wise men, and then there's another goon who looks a little weaker than the other ones right next to the wise men. The two goons that are next to Asphira are going to grab Liv in a minute. They just, one of them just missed her.
Right. I think Callie's running at one of them just to like tackle them away from Liv.
Okay.
I will go towards Ray, and I will just like axe in both hands, stand right behind him and be the muscle that he always has.
Okay. All right.
Like Callie's like running ahead, like in trying to like provide blocks almost.
Okay. Let's have Kallie roll a flight. And this is going to be against the... Actually, I'm going to give you the flight because something else is happening because of what Liv is doing. So I'm going to give you that you get there quickly. And so you can do whatever you want to do in terms of those two. You said you wanted to tackle one?
Yeah, just try to keep them off of her. I guess, yeah, I'll try to just take at least one out.
Okay.
Time. That's
going to be Braun versus Braun as they try to stop you from grappling them, basically. Got to beat a 14.
Well, that's not going to beat it. That's a 4.
Okay. You hit this goon like square in the chest and try to like pick them up so that you can slam them. And instead they pick you up, turn you around and slam you into the ground. Mm-hmm. They are engaged in this fight with you on the ground. So they're not going after Liv, but they have you pinned.
Perfect.
Liv, the other one is going to try to grab you. However, they're going to make a grit roll as they touch you. That is a D6. And I want you to make a... Well, is it you or is it just Sphera? It might be Asphira making this roll. Actually, it's going to be Asphira. It's going to be against Asphira. So he has to beat a... Well, that's not very good. He has to beat a 5. Ooh, and he got a 6. That explodes.
Can I give Asphira adversity tokens?
How about you roll? You're going to roll a D20.
Oh. $14.
Okay. Oh no! He exploded again. That's 12.
Oh.
Okay, that is a 14. So I will say he grabs onto you to try and like pull you off. But as you two are basically merging into some sort of strange mutant conglomerate of two people, he also begins to merge with this whatever is happening. But he is not aware that this is supposed to be happening. So he's just screaming now, trying to pull away, freaking out. So that's what's happening over there.
We're having fun.
Yeah, there's a lot happening over there. Kallie is wrestling on the ground. You're becoming a conglomerate with a Sphera. And the goon that is trying to grab you is freaking out because they're also kind of merging. Cesar, you come up behind Raymond. And Raymond, you got close to this W. And what were you trying to do?
I was trying to get Doris to sneak by to try and get a Sphera free.
Okay.
But I was trying to make him think that I was totally on his side.
Okay.
So I rolled a charm.
I'll say that Doris is able to sneak.
Okay.
However, the goon that's standing next to him, who's smiling, as you're trying to charm W into believing that you're on his side, he's just slowly nodding with his eyes wide. He's like, yes, accept it. And W, who none of these creatures have a mouth, but you see a thin slit form where his mouth would be, and it slowly opens, and I would say like a milky white fog kind of begins to fall out of his mouth. And before you can really stop it, it begins to creep into your nose and your ears and your eyes.
What? But I rolled so good on my charm.
You did, but he also rolled really good.
Yeah, but I can match his 38 with my own 38.
That's true. I will say this will need to be a grit roll to see if you can stop the effect that this will have on you. And because Cesar is now walking up behind you, Cesar, I'll say that you can see this happening, and so you can try to help. However, if you do intercede, Cesar, on your own volition, just know that the friend of yours will be upset.
So is the vibe I'm getting that she wants this to happen or doesn't want this to happen?
I think the vibe you're getting is she wants what she wants, but for some reason, she just doesn't want you to be involved in whatever is going on with the Sphera. And I don't think you know why.
Well, I will do and hope that it's enough of a neutral ground. I'm just going to grab onto Ray's shoulder and throw him back behind me.
Okay.
Or attempt to get him away from this white fog cloud.
Okay. Let's have you first roll a brawn to see how that goes. You're going to have to beat, they had a 38. So you're going to have to probably beat a 15.
Well, I got a 5.
Okay. Raymond, you go ahead and roll your grit as you feel Cesar's hands on your shoulder. You're also going to have to beat a 38.
But before you said I had to roll charm to beat that 38, and I got that 38. So
did you roll charm before?
Yeah, you said roll charm, and then you were like, and we'll find out what happens after that.
Oh, and then you didn't tell me the number. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got 36, but I have 2 adversity tokens, so I can make it a 38.
Okay. I will say that with your charm, although, yeah, I'll say that with your charm, they still believe that you're on their side, but I'll say that you kind of understand what this smoke is. And so it won't have its full effect. Okay. But Cesar, you put your hands on Raymond's shoulder, and the what's it called? The pin that has been kind of sinking into your chest this whole time, you now feel it almost as if someone like punched it into your heart. And you're going to take a major wound.
Oh no.
Wonderful.
The white smoke kind of dissipates, and you are all just standing in front of W and the goon next to him, who's just kind of like, welcome, welcome. And he tears off a piece of his flesh and gifts it to you.
Oh, thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed because of the thing that we're all doing, which is what?
He nods and he just goes, for your sustenance. And he motions you eating it.
Oh no!
Oh, God. Oh, I don't have any sleight of hand craziness to do.
I don't think you do. I will say you did have Doris sneak around, and I'll say that she's by Asphera's foot as this conglomeration kind of happens. Did you want her to do something?
Well, originally I was hoping she could like lockpick the chains and let Asphera free.
Okay.
But it seems like Asphera's letting herself free.
I mean, she's still chained. She is
Okay.
just melding with Liv for some reason. So yeah, I'll say that that's what Doris is doing. She's climbing up. Actually, does Doris have to roll a grit? You know what? I will say that as Doris gets there, she does realize that when the goon touches them, something bad happens. So she's not going to crawl up Asphera and Liv to get to the chains. I think she's gonna have to find another route on the wall. Okay, but she's doing that.
Yeah, maybe she just climbs the chains and doesn't touch actually Asphera at all.
Yeah. So taking her a little longer because she's being real careful because the goon is still screaming.
Cool.
So that's happening. Raymond, you are staring down this goon who is expecting you to eat this. Cesar, you are in a lot of pain. And Liv, you right now are kind of in that liminal space again as you are standing across from Asphera in that kind of like pinkish room that has a pinkish fog. And she is, again, in her human form. And she's sort of just smiling at you. I'm glad to see you made it.
Oh, it was kind of touch and go there for a little bit, but we made it.
Unfortunately, I don't really have the energy to do what I wanted to do, and so I do need to borrow a little bit of yours. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, that's fine. What are we going to do?
Don't worry about it. You don't know what's happening on the outside of this liminal space.
I'm not worried about anything in my little empty head.
She just goes, once I return you, I think we're going to have to move quick. I'm going to do something. And it's going to be unpleasant for pretty much everyone from my world. You just need to give me a couple of minutes for me to finish. But then once it is done, I'm hoping that everything that isn't supposed to be here will be gone.
Oh, okay. Sure. Are you also going to be gone?
She gives a small smile and nods. I'm afraid everything has to go.
Well, can you come back? like a vacation home or something.
I'm afraid not.
Oh. Well, that's a shame.
We weren't really meant to be here in the first place. Time to go home.
Well, could I visit you there?
I don't think so, actually. It's a one-way trip. And once it's closed for good. I'll make sure of it. We don't want a repeat of this.
Okay, well, now you're kind of making it sound like you're going to die.
No. Just go back to where I came from.
Was it nice there?
Oh, yes. Wonderful. It's a unique place. Snows all year round. The wind smells of gingerbread. You'd like it.
Oh, well, if you ever figure out a way to let me come visit you, I'd love to see it.
She just slowly nods her head. She'll give you a hug.
I will hug her back and sniffle a little bit.
On the outside of this moment, the melding has basically complete. You as a person have sort of disappeared. It's just Sphera now, but she is healed, and she also has your eye color instead of her eye color.
Does she have my eye color or my creepy pink eye color?
She has your natural eye color, not your new eye color.
Lucky.
And at this point, I think is when Doris is able to get her tail in the little lock of the chains and unlock her. And her hands fall. The chains are still kind of connected to one arm, but it's not connected to the wall. And Sphera is now free. However, Liv is somewhere else. What's everybody else doing in this moment?
I want to keep W focused on me and not my friends who might be dying. So
Okay.
I'm going to use my horror mastery of Survivor and try and eat this thing without dying.
Okay. All right.
So I get to roll with a D4, and if I get a 1 to 2, I resist all harm and exhaustion. On a 3, I gain 2 to grit. And on a 4, I receive 1 to my reputation die, which I don't remember what that does.
Nothing now.
Oh, good.
But it's stacking. So if you get a 4, you get everything.
Okay. I got a 1.
What does that get you? Just a rebuff from harm?
It resists all harm and exhaustion. So
Okay.
hopefully I will not puke this back up.
Okay.
Does it also resist psychological harm from eating?
I was about to say.
Don't think so. I think I have to get the +2 to grit to do that.
Okay. W and this goon is staring at you, expecting you to, be fully converted and to eat this flesh.
Yup. This is, yes, just like jerky.
Perfect. Yes, you do. It is obviously extremely foul tasting, difficult to get down, but you don't feel like it does the thing it was supposed to do. So
Oh, I can feel my new powers. They're increasing.
You successfully duped them. Cesar, I think though, as they look to see that Raymond has, come over to their side successfully, they will look to you. At this point, though, I think the blood that has been kind of pooling is now showing through your shirt. And I think the goon is going to look at you and look at your face and look down at your chest, and they are going to roll a brains roll to see if they can understand what they're seeing here.
I got friends on the other side.
I think for them, the DC, actually, they're going to roll and W is going to roll. And they have a D12. And I think, yeah, so let's do W first. Okay, that blew up. Jeez, okay, that is a 22. Yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to roll the goons. Yeah, W looks over at you, Cesar, and 100% understands what's happening. In fact, I think even though it doesn't have a face, as it looks over at you, you can tell that it probably knows more about what's going on than you do.
Yeah, probably.
But he puts up his hand to point at you, but he doesn't say anything because they don't talk. And the goon just sort of stands there for a second and then speaks to you after a moment or two. Would you like us to take her out? And he sort of takes out like a huge carving knife. He kind of looks at you expectingly.
I think things are fine as they are, and I'll kind of hop switch the axe into my grip on the axe so I have a little bit of a better grip.
He nods, still holding the knife, and simply just goes, "Yes, let's take her out," indicating that he wasn't really asking. And so he is going to lunge for you as you hold fast with your axe. Yes.
As he does that, can I sweep his legs out from under him since I'm right there? And
You
try and get him
can, but I
to
will
go
say that this
headlong?
will alarm W that you are not on their side.
That's fair, but also, I don't want Cesar to die, so I'm gonna risk it.
Okay. All right. As that is happening, Cesar, go ahead and actually, Raymond, go ahead and roll since you're going to do something since you're in between them, and it's going to be against the goon. Now, they are going to roll their fight, not their brawn, because they are going to use a knife. So their fight is a D12. So you have to beat Raymond. Oh, they have to beat a 1.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
I got a 2.
Okay.
Hey.
You love to see it.
And what were you trying to do?
I was just trying to sweep his legs out from under him so that Cesar has a real good shot and can just dispatch him in one go.
Okay. He begins to lunge at Cesar. You get down low, sweep your legs, and you do hit him, and he does kind of fall on his butt. And then he kind of looks at you, looks at Cesar, looks at you. W looks at you, looks at Cesar. There's just some confusion with everybody.
There was something on the floor.
Speaking of something on the floor, Kallie, you are wrestling with this other goon on the ground. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I just want to try to so there's a second guy too, but I've already been kind of slammed to the ground. I think I just want to try to take this guy out of the fight if I can, so I can try to get him incapacitated.
Okay, so it's gonna be another brawn versus brawn, I think.
Yep.
Gotta beat a 3.
That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah, what do you want to do to keep this guy incapacitated?
Does he seem human?
No, he's definitely undead.
Okay, so there's no trying to choke him out or something. Okay. Just try to smash his head into the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to just grab it and smash it a couple of times until he stops moving.
Stand up, try to move on to the next one.
As you stand up and you turn, you now are looking at Asphira, who looks like she is healed, but she also has Liv's eyes, which is odd. You don't see Liv anywhere, and you see that the goon that is in front of her, she's standing completely still, but you can see that the goon is being absorbed by her. His hands are gone, and he's up to the elbow, and you're just watching her watch him with no emotion on her face as she essentially absorbs him as he's screaming.
Yeah.
It's also kind of happening a little slowly. So
yeah, I think Kallie locks eyes with Liv Sphera or
yeah, Liv Sphera. Yep.
And just is nods as in do you need to do this with me too? Are you okay? Trying to intuitively be what
Yeah, what's happening?
Reach out, pull hand back.
Liv, you can speak. You can't move, but you can speak out of this avatar's mouth, essentially.
Ooh, what do I see? Do I see anything?
You see the goon slowly coming towards you, screaming, as it gets absorbed into your body, and you see Kallie looking terrified next to them, being like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, no, I was like, "Oh, don't worry, Kallie. Everything's gonna be fine. Just give us a couple minutes to sort this out."
That's exactly what you hear.
Kallie hears this.
Coming out of Sphera's mouth.
We don't. I don't know what's we do not have a few minutes.
Oh, well, a minute?
Are you having to rearrange inside this? I'm very confused.
Oh, me too.
Is it you're both in a trench coat? What's going on?
the guy is slowly still screaming. Ah!
Oh, be quiet. Be quiet.
Just starts pushing him in further. Just.
It's all gonna be okay.
Or just dip the head in for as soon as possible.
Yes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I think we can handle it. Probably.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
Do I have an idea of what she could do?
The only thing Asphira told you is that you just kind of needed to give her some time to do whatever she needed to do. You don't know if this is what she needs to do or what that might look like. You assume that you just need people to stay away from you. Probably don't touch her because it seems people get sucked into her body.
Well, if you could just give us as much time as you can and maybe, make sure nobody else ends up like this guy. So respect our personal space.
Okay. So Kallie puts her back to Liv Sphera and tries to block anybody.
I'll say as you turn around and look out, you do see that climbing up from the hole that you guys came up are a couple more of those goons. You also see tendrils coming up that indicate what is coming behind them. You also see that Cesar is about to square off against the goon that's in front of him, and Raymond is trying to convince everyone that there was something on the floor, as the one goon has been tripped.
I did a super good job too.
So I'll say, you guys will have essentially, where's my instructions? You guys will have basically 5 rounds. So that is 5 starting from the top. And the top is always Liv Sfera. Starting from the top of what she's doing all the way to all of you, all the way to like, you know, Kallie and Cesar and Raymond and your enemies. Your enemies kind of count as one, you know, round or one person. So you have 5 go arounds. So by the time I get to Liv Sfera on the 5th time I say their name, y'all need to have kept people away from her long enough for those 5 rounds. So this is round 1. Liv, as you pull this guy into you and it gets absorbed, you could now kind of move a little bit, but what you do is you actually sit down and cross your legs, and you both close your eyes. What you all see, if you were to look at the Sphera, is that essentially her midsection from like her breast to the bottom of her navel splits open and becomes like a huge hole in her, and it goes like all the way through her body.
Cool.
And she is in a trance for basically 4 more rounds.
Honestly,
And
thank God.
no one should be able to touch her. It's probably not a good idea to touch her in this moment. Liv, while all of this is happening, you can still see and speak like to the group, so you can see everything and you can still speak, but you can also recede and help Asphera as she focuses on like her concentration, or you can talk to her, things like that. You can also still have your beetle do things for you as well. He is still large and he's kind of like in the middle of the room, just waiting until someone needs him.
He's a good boy.
So let's start with what Cesar and this goon are doing. Then we're going to go to Raymond. Then we're going to go to Kallie. And that is going to be 1 round when we come back to Liv. So Cesar.
Yeah.
Raymond, you are trying to convince everyone that there was something on the ground. Go ahead and roll a charm roll.
Okay.
He gets back up as he's going to just go for Cesar again.
Well, can I do something before he gets
see
up?
What was that?
I want to do something before he gets up. Like, I ain't giving him the opportunity.
Okay, well then let's have both of you roll. Raymond, if you don't want to roll a charm, you just want to fight, you can also do that.
I want to roll a charm for W, but the guy that I tripped, I was trying to like trip so that Cesar could just get him.
Okay, then go ahead and roll a charm for W, and then Cesar, you roll what you're going to roll for this goon. He is going to try to just get back up, so that's going to be his flight. And so, Raymond, your DC is going to be, would he believe that? I think you're both going to be opposing. So it's going to be W's brains to see if he can figure out that you're lying to him. And it's going to be the goon's flight, which is going to be a D8. And a D8. And a D12. Okay. So Raymond, you're rolling charm. Cesar, what are you rolling?
I'm going to roll brawn because I want to pin him to the ground with the axe, and then I have another thing I'd like to do, but we'll get into it if it's successful.
Okay. You gotta beat a 2.
I rolled an 11. Or 13.
Okay. Yeah, you do exactly what you... He's trying to get up, and you pin him with the axe. And then, Raymond, you gotta beat a 7.
Fun story. I rolled a 3.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We'll stick with Cesar. Cesar, what do you do?
So I want to try and appease the devil in my head. So I'm going to pin him down with the axe and then reach out and try and drain the goon's life as an offering.
Okay.
And then I want to talk to her in the process, if it's all right.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, so since you already beat it, and you beat it, how much was it?
11.
Yeah, that's way above.
Or, sorry,
so I'll let
13,
I'll let you do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I drive the axe into his sternum to pin him to the ground, and then reach out and grab him by the face. And as I do this, I want to talk to the lady and be like, "Look, I'm about to fight people. If you want me to stay alive, then don't stab me in the chest again." But I have supernatural charisma from a while back that I picked. Can I use that to try and convince her to lay off the injuries?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
Okay. As you absorb this guy, again, just like before, his bones and muscle basically eviscerate and kind of go into your body. She is obviously pleased by this, but you can still feel her annoyance. And so you're going to try to use this ability to calm her.
Yeah.
Is it just an ability, or do you have to roll something?
Yeah, you can influence decisions, roll to sway opinions, deceive with ease, or talk your way out of trouble and add a +2. So it's just if I'm trying to talk, this would be me, I guess, swaying opinion or talking myself out of trouble.
Okay. So are you trying to charm her, or are you trying to intimidate her?
Nah, not intimidate. I'm trying to speak a language she likes.
Okay. Then go ahead and do charm, and then you add your +2. DC, I think, is going to be opposed for her.
All right.
So it's going to be a D6.
Oh, that's...
Oh, she exploded.
Dang it.
7.
You know what? I think I'm going to keep getting stabbed if I don't this. I'm going to burn 3 adversity tokens to make mine a 6, and then I'm going to roll. And I got an 8 total.
Okay, got an 8. Okay, you say that to her, and you hear her just go, "Do not touch my sister."
That I can do. And I really hope Elsphere is the sister and not the wise man, because I'm definitely...
She does not clarify. But you feel that numbing healing that she has given you before happen. And so you can remove your major wound.
Wonderful.
Raymond, you have failed your roll.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. The wise man looks at you, realizes that you are not, in fact, under their control, and his hand, he had like long, bony, white fingers. His hand kind of shoots up and is going to grab your entire face.
Ooh.
He is going to grab your face, but he's not going to roll brawn because he is trying to basically stab you with a pointy bit that's in the palm of his hand. He's going to roll fight.
Oh, that's a terrible, terrible thing to have happen.
So can I roll flight?
If you'd like to try to avoid it. Well, actually, because your roll was low, you can try to get away from him. However, you can try to avoid the stabby bit, but he's still going to grab you.
Okay.
So he's a D10. Okay,
Me
and you got to
too.
roll, and you got to beat a. Oh, come on! Got to beat a 1.
I like that Tanya's dice like us better than Taylor does.
It's about damn
It's getting
time.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
The
I
fun
went there and
story is-
waited them for the finale.
I'm changing dice.
Made a road trip.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
You're not
yeah,
rolling
he
much
grabs,
better.
he grabs your head, but you are able to move back just enough to where this fleshy, because it is the same color as its flesh, as this like fleshy spike,
No.
just like barely misses your eye.
It trimmed my whisker.
But he is holding you, and so he's going to do something else in a minute. Kallie, what are you doing as you watch these creatures come up from the hole that you guys ascended from?
I guess since I don't have the axe, I guess I'll pull out a gun.
Okay.
Try to fire at them.
All right. There's a couple of goons that are coming out, and then there are a few shadowy tendrils that are also coming out. What are you shooting at?
Do I think I don't know if I know whether or not the gunfire would be effective against the shadows, but it seems like the other guys are more corporeal. But are those the same guys that we've seen?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
They all look kind of the same. Like they are technically different people. Like they're citizens of Chicago, but they all have been changed the same.
Okay. Start shooting at those people.
Okay. So that is going to be your gun, which is a fight versus. Well, I mean, they're just not even really doing anything. They're just trying to come up. So it's just going to be their flight to see if you hit or miss them, essentially.
Okay.
So that's going to be a D8 on their end. Okay. Got to beat a 2.
All right. That explodes. 22.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna start like rapid firing. Like
They
just shooting
basically,
pellets.
yes. They're climbing up, and you shoot them, and they fall backwards into the hole. Climb up, shoot them back into the hole. Climb up, shoot them back into the hole.
Yeah.
So you guys are just hearing.
Game.
You guys are just hearing these rapid fire as these goons are trying to crawl out, but you keep shooting them. And every time they fall out, they do fall to the bottom, and so they will have to climb back up. So they aren't going to come back soon. So yeah, you are keeping them at bay very well as the tendrils start to slowly make their way. I will say that the tendrils are not moving on their own like they were in the first room. It seems like they are preceding the other wise men, like he's just coming on his way. So they're not getting close to you yet.
Okay.
Back up to Liv. What are you doing?
Where are the tendrils coming from?
The hole that you guys ascended from with the beetle.
Oh. Is the beetle big enough to sit on the hole and just block it?
I don't think in the size it is right now. You can ask it to get bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like it to get big enough to just like park itself on that and not move.
Okay. I will say that I'm going to roll something. We're going to flip a coin. Call heads or tails.
Tails.
It's heads.
Ugh.
It does do what you ask it. It was already huge, but now it becomes literally enormous. Like it's humongous. It's taken up.
Kallie.
almost half of the room. Unfortunately, it's not used to being this big, and it hasn't eaten in a while. Last thing it ate were the dead bodies outside of the entrance. And now basically it's empty. Its stomach's empty. So it is now going to be ravenous. And you tell it to go and secure the hole, but it sees these goons and these tentacles coming out, and they look like food to it. So it is going to try to devour anything that comes out of the hole. We'll see what happens when that happens. But as you do this, you also can kind of feel, and if anyone's looking can see, that the hole in Asphera's stomach is basically, there seems to be some sort of a luminescent fleshy tendrils that are weaving in and out, kind of creating a pattern of like a thin sheet of this weird pattern that's being weaved in between that the whole area, and it is glowing, and it's also sort of, you can kind of see that there is essentially like dust and air starting to move towards Asphera's body, as if something is starting to suck things into it. Back over to Cesar.
All right. Wise man number one's got hands on Ray's face, right?
Yes.
All right. I want to do one thing before I embed my axe in its shoulder. Another ability I have is hunting instinct, which, looking into it, allows me to find the weak spots of enemies. I would like to see if I can figure out if there's a weak spot on this wise man.
Okay. Do you have to roll something?
Yeah, well, D4, 1, 2, you anticipate unseen danger and identify weaknesses of enemies. On a 3, you get a +2 to fight. And on a 4, you receive a reputation.
Okay.
Got a 4!
Nice. You now have better reputation with the other gangs.
I'm even more famous now.
Congratulations.
And if the
Not
leaders
exactly.
are alive, they would like you better when they next saw you.
That's all right.
Yeah, it was kind of an early game mechanic that really works better.
Hey, I'll take the weakness knowledge, though. It's all about the gangs in the future. They'll pop up and they'll know I'm the boogeyman.
There you go. Okay. You give W a scan. You can tell a couple of things. One, out of the 3, he is the weakest. You can also tell that his main purpose is not necessarily to fight, like hand on hand. Like you probably could just whack him a couple of times and he'd die. He doesn't have the external fight power of L, and he doesn't have the other abilities of K. His focus is more on creating the goons. And so you also think that if you can kill him, which you would probably just be able to kill him with a regular thing, you would just have to basically make sure. So probably pummeling him into dust.
That's something I can do.
Yeah.
I will take this lovely great axe that I have and attempt to embed it into the shoulder that is attached to the arm holding onto Raymond and just drive it as deep as I can.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll your fight and add a +2.
Wait, fight or brawn?
Gonna be fight because you're using the. Oh, you can use brawn because you're proficient in the axe with a +2, and then it's gonna be against his. I don't even think he would really move. I don't think he understands how powerful the axe is, so I don't think he would leave. I think he would just try to take it. So it's gonna be his grit.
Yeah, this man is about to suffer greatly.
Great. Let me see here. So it's gonna be his grit is a D6. That's unfortunate. I don't know why he would make that decision. I regret it. Oh no. What? Okay, I said I was gonna change dice and I didn't. Okay, wait.
No, don't change them. We like
Nope,
these
nope,
dice.
nope. We're changing dice after that. You have to beat a 1. God
Hey,
damn it.
so I'm sending a photo to the group because I rolled a 20, which will explode
Yeah.
into a 12. So that is a 32 to his 1.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, that's cool dice.
Ah,
Cesar, the savior of the family.
I mean, yeah. How do you chop this guy into little pits?
very
Ooh.
aggressively. First thing I do is remove his arm from his shoulder. Second thing I do is embed the axe further in the wound, and I think just I keep going for the same spot until he's fallen apart.
Raymond, you are covered in blood. Or actually, unfortunately, it's not blood. It's like a black, sticky substance.
Man, this suit is ruined.
But yeah, he is fully dead. Fully dead.
Well, I was trying to think these guys couldn't be killed so easily, but whoever made this axe has got good taste.
I will delete him. Okay.
Man, I hope Geraldine's okay.
Back to Raymond.
There's nobody else in the room, right?
I don't think you've turned around, but you can see that Kallie is shooting some things.
Well, first I'd like to puke on this wise man so that I don't have flesh in my stomach anymore.
Okay.
And then I will turn around.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you see, the beetle that was also kind of just waiting in the room has gotten 4 times as big. It's humongous. Basically, as it's like slowly walking over towards the entrance, it is, you know, you can feel its feet hitting the ground, and it's like rumbling the ground. You watch as Kallie is hitting these goons, and they're falling into the pit. And slowly, what arises is the wise men that decimated Asphera's club. Black tendrils are in front of him as he finally arises and starts to walk towards you guys.
Cool. I guess I will call upon my rat brethren and also ask them to rise up and swarm the room.
Okay.
That might take a minute.
Is this an ability, or do you have to roll something?
It was an ability that I had that was like my remnant of Christmas magic. It was my, let's see, what is it called? It was
Yeah, but
my
I think
tinsel
Doris.
gift.
I think we recasted it to where Doris can do it, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was summon a horde of rats with Doris. Is
Okay.
all it says.
But she, you don't have to roll anything because I don't remember.
That's all it says. Is
Okay.
summon a horde of rats with Doris. But
Okay,
they
we'll say
are
it's an
like
ability.
actual rats, so it might take a minute for them to get here.
Yes. Okay, but okay, we'll say you do that. And that they are. You can see from Doris as she has communicated to her brethren that they are on the way.
Don't worry, guys. Help will be here eventually.
Wonderful. Kallie, what are you doing? I mean, you were shooting the goons, and you have gotten most of them as Kay begins to walk towards you all.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. I guess I'll just try. So, like, that's the one threat I'm seeing right now is K.
You do also see that the beetle is walking towards the entrance of the opening.
Mm-hmm.
It's just taking him a while, but at the moment, that's the only two things you see. And more goons are eventually gonna come out.
I think Kallie will just go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I think just as like a form of distraction, Callie's just gonna run at Kay.
Okay. They are going to try to impale you with their tentacle arms. So that's going to be their fight, which is a D20.
Kallie pulls out a switchblade.
Okay. What are you rolling?
Fight.
Okay. Fight versus fight. You gotta beat a 7.
Okay. It's a 12 exploded. So 17.
Okay.
One of them. Now.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, one of them comes towards you, and you are able to slice it in half. But again, you see that as the tip of it like falls to the ground, what's left is retracted back under like basically Kay's robe, and another one goes after you.
Go back into the grounds, you worm tentacle person.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have a goon to speak for him, so he can't talk to you. So you just kind of hear like a hissing sound that you can interpret as him cursing you out.
Excellent.
Back up to Liv. What are you wanting to do?
Well, I've activated my hungry beetle. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm just going to help Aspira with whatever she's doing, however I can.
Yeah, she is in heavy meditation, like in this liminal space. And you can see that she is basically in this world, essentially rebuilding the pieces of that snow globe that she showed you all. So she's like, it looks as if she is like recreating like the little city that was inside of it, like the snowy Chicago, like refilling it with water. Like it looks like she's fixing it and doing some sort of ritual while she's doing that. And so you can just sit with her and help her fix that. And she will actually move a little quicker.
Okay. I will do that.
Go ahead and roll a charm roll. Let's make the DC 6.
That is an 8.
Okay. Yeah, she shows you how to kind of place each of the little like skyscrapers and areas. And so you really see that the inside of the snow globe is actually really very detailed, even though the little buildings are very tiny. It is basically a kind of a one-to-one recreation of 1929 Chicago. And you guys kind of sit there in silence in this quiet place. And she kind of talks to you a lot about like her home. She tells you of the smell of gingerbread and how it's, technically the Christmas season all year round, and how there are other people, family members of hers who also do all different types of things. And she basically tells you an interesting tale of her world and where she lives while you help her fix that. And on the and on the outside of the world of this whole liminal space, the wind begins to pick up as you all watch things essentially begin to get sucked into this strange wound in Aspira's chest. And she's actually going to stand up as it gets more and more like it gets like faster and more powerful. And you actually can watch as pieces of El, the dead wise men, begin to move across the floor and basically quickly get sucked into this open, gaping wound and disappear. And we are in round 3. Back to Cesar.
All right. So we've got Kallie up in front fighting the beast. Big Beetle behind her moving towards, and then the rest of us are in the back.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna take my axe and heft it and throw it up towards Kallie, so that, and hopefully hit the guy she's fighting with it. But mainly, I want it to be there so she can grab it and use it.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
I'll just move in front of Liv.
Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and have you throw that. Let's have that be a brawn or flight.
All right.
And then Kallie, let's see if you can either pay attention to it or catch it, whichever one you want to try to do. So that can, or stay out of the way of it. So you can roll something based on what you'd like to do.
Are you
I'll
going
try
to
to
be
catch
really
it.
upset if it's a 20 again? Because I just rolled a 20.
I mean, I think I would let it lodge into the guy, then pull it out to swing it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I can,
And
29.
just roll a brains, just so you can try to like determine where you need to be.
okay. What's the DC on that?
Whatever Cesar is rolling.
Oh, 29.
Those finale rolls.
Yeah, these are great rolls.
I don't think I can get a 29. Currently at a 5.
Okay. Yeah, Cesar, you hurl it, and it does indeed stick in the ground. But it's not as close to Kallie as like Kallie. You can like grab it. You'll have to move across K to like get it.
Okay.
But it is there when you're ready for it.
Okay.
Cesar, are you doing anything else?
I'll pull a Bowie knife out of a sheath on my back and just stand in front of Liv and make sure no one else gets closer.
Okay. Raymond, what are you doing?
Well, the only thing I can think to do, which is charm. I'm gonna try. Okay, wait. I mean, to cause panic in enemies. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna use Feral Mind, which is one of my horror masteries. I'm gonna call out to the crazy thing out there, and I'm gonna be like, "You wise men, we've killed one of your kind already. I'm sure you thought that was impossible, but you still have a chance. You can run back to your home world and never see Chicago ever again." And I'm trying to cause panic in my enemy.
Okay.
So I can use a D4 and add it to my charm roll. But, well, it does stuff. Where did I put my fucking dice? Oh, here they are. Okay. So charm and my D4. Oh, no. Okay. So on a 1, you are able to cause panic to your enemies. But I also only rolled a 9. So
Okay. So
not much panic.
So at the moment it is Kay is trying to fight Kallie. I will say that in this moment, just kind of like earlier, when it realizes that it might be outmatched, it realizes that this is a problem. And so he stops for a moment, like stops walking forward, and his tentacles kind of recede into his body. And you see him turn his head as if he's looking behind him, even though he has no facial features. And up from the hole also comes L,
Well, fuck.
the second wise man. But they do not continue to walk forward. Basically, he's waiting for reinforcements. So he is panicked in the moment.
Good?
I think that's That's not that bad, kind of, maybe. Kallie, what are you doing as you see this? And at this point, the beetle does finally make it to the large hole. But Kallie, what do you do?
Gonna reach, like, try to get by him to get the axe to take a swing.
Okay, go ahead and roll your flight to see if you can grab it.
Okay.
If he's not getting to you, it's just for you to get there so that you can also do something right after. DC is going to be a 5.
Okay, I rolled a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to quickly run over and grab the axe.
Okay. And try to, like, swing on him. Just, I don't know, do like an upswing because it's coming from the ground.
Great. He is not going to try to necessarily fight you back, but he is going to try to avoid your hit. So that is going to be his flight against your fight. So that's going to be a D8. Okay. A different die. A 4.
I got a 7.
All right. Yeah, you're able to basically uppercut him with the axe. Where are you hitting?
Just probably coming up and like across, like under like his ribs and like armpit area, like in there, like, but kind of, I guess, where the ribs start, maybe.
Nice.
Instead.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to.
Who has ribs? I don't know.
Well, you definitely feel some. You definitely feel like you are hitting something, some sort of maybe organs. It more feels like you are hitting like a block of jelly instead of like ribs when you hit him, but you do slice him up the middle, and his torso basically almost splits, but inside is just, it does kind of look like black jelly.
You must
Like
join your
solid black
comrades, your colleagues now.
And he kind of stumbles backwards. But as he kind of stumbles backwards, he stays where he is, and he's going to try to like heal himself. So it begins to close as you like watch him. Behind him, the other person is there, and L. And so he is going to try to also hit you as he comes close. He's going to do his fight, which is a D10. So go ahead and roll whatever you're going to do in response.
Can I try to at least parry it, or?
You can. What he's going to do is he's actually going to like move his hand, and a goon is going to like instantly appear in front of you, and the goon is going to attack you.
Okay, so I'll try to swing at the goon then.
You got to beat a 5.
Okay. Let's see, that's 2. Yeah, it's a bad roll on that. I'll let it happen. I'm gonna save the adversity.
Okay. Let's roll for how hard this goon hits you. Not very hard. You get a minor wound as the goon grabs you and basically tries to fling you across the room. And you don't hit like the wall, but you do skirt, and you get banged up.
Okay, minor wound.
The beetle at this point gets to the hole, and it is going to try to devour L. So we are going to roll for L for grit to not get eaten. The DC is, I mean, it's a big old bug. I think the DC is going to be like a 20. L's grit is a D6.
Yes, Beetle, you can do it.
It did explode. Okay. Might make it. Okay, did not make it. It was only a 9. Yes, after this goon gets summoned and then attacks Kallie, Elle is about to like continue to walk forward, and you all just watch as he gets devoured by the large beetle.
Ah!
Yeah, just absolutely like like a rabid dog ripping this, like actually eating. He's not being protected in a sack. Limbs are flying all over the place. He's dripping ichor. Yeah, he's fully being crunched.
What a
Stat
good
always
boy.
gets the best pet.
I do.
Liv, you
I
asked for
get the
this,
best
Liv?
pet.
You asked for this?
And I think
Just-
at this
they're so
though,
good.
Kay is going to turn around, realizing I think at this point that he's lost both of whatever these creatures are. I was going to say brothers, but I don't even think they're related. He's going to turn around, and I think he's going to attack the beetle. So he's going to roll his
Hey.
fight. Yeah, you get a 14, and I think it's going to be against Liv. Go ahead and roll a grit for the beetle.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be has to be a 14.
Grit is my kryptonite. It's a 4.
Yeah, the tendrils come out of Kay's body, and like daggers, basically rip into the beetle's carapace and begin to like stab him over and over again with about 5 to 6 of these things.
No.
The beetle is badly hurt, but still alive. But they are going to kind of recoil in pain and try to get away from Kay. But Kay is indisposed, trying to kill the beetle. So we are back at Liv, who is, or Asphira, like the body, who is finishing up the ritual. And you can kind of see that things are beginning to get sucked in. The dead goon gets sucked into her body. The other goon that's laying on the ground gets sucked to their body. You can all now feel that there's a bit of a whirlwind picking up, almost like a tornado is about to pick up. And everything will be going into Asphira's body. So you guys might want to get out of the way. Back to Cesar.
All right. This Kay, he's not paying attention to us, right?
No, his back is to you guys at the moment.
Wonderful. I will try and quietly, but not really quietly as I can, run up to him and get him in a choke lock, or at least put a bunch of muscle into his neck area and see what happens.
Okay. I'll give you that just run, seeing as how he's distracted. Let's see if you're able to hold on to him. You're going to do a brawn. I think immediately, as soon as he realizes that you are touching him, he is going to redirect one of his tentacles. So he's going to do a fight. So that's going to be a D20.
Okay.
Got to beat a 14.
Oh, I got a 13. So I will spend my last adversity token to make it a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you get up to him and you are able to put him in a chokehold.
Right.
I will say that he is choking, but he is not stopping with his onslaught of the beetle, but it's making him difficult to get his other tentacle around to jab at you to get you off of him. And so you, probably for the first time, kind of see his arms, because at this point you hadn't seen if he had any other limbs other than the tentacles. And he does have arms. They are obsidian black, and the fingernails seem to be made of like glass or gems. And so he is going to try to reach behind him and basically like grab your head. So you guys are basically in a lock with one another.
All right.
Raymond.
Hi. So
There's a lot happening.
yeah.
Asphira is kind of creating a tornado towards her open chest. Cesar is locked into combat with Kay. Kay is trying to kill the beetle. And Kallie is on the ground.
Is she alive looking?
I don't know if you know, she was kind of flown away from you guys. She's not like unmoving. She's just been flown off to the side. But you don't know if she's really harmed or anything from where you are.
Okay. Okay. Can I float an idea at you and see if you will allow it?
Okay.
Okay, so one of my horror masteries is psychological body language. But the description doesn't really say anything about body language. The description is you can read people like an open book, sensing fear, deception, or ulterior motives. But the title says body language analysis. So, like, could I use that skill to help Cesar find an advantage while Kay is distracted fighting two things, that Cesar could like get himself out of this predicament and possibly cause damage?
I will say possibly. I will say that you are not right next to Cesar or Kay, so you'll have to get closer if you want to try to do that. But I will allow that.
Okay, I will try to get closer then.
Okay. You're going to go ahead and roll your flight. Now, he is distracted, but he's also fighting for his life. So he's probably not going to let anyone just come up next to him if he can handle it. So Kay is still going to try to like keep you away from him. So it's going to be your flight versus, I think, probably their fight as well.
Okay.
So you got to beat... You gotta be kidding me. A 3.
Oh my god. Oh no. So, fun story. I rolled a 3 as well. Meets it, beats it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So you are able to get closer, barely. It is Kay is at this point they have stopped trying to like kill the beetle. They've really heavily wounded them and they are not moving. The beetle's not moving. However, their tentacles are kind of like flailing wildly all over the place. And so they're just trying to hit anything, trying to come close to it. So you are able to get closer. What is the ability just an ability? You don't have to roll anything?
No, I have to roll a d4.
Okay. Then go ahead and use your ability.
The horror things. Hiya! Oh, okay. I rolled a 1, which means you are able to uncover the truth behind someone's words. Although it's body language analysis, so I don't know why it's about words.
Okay. So technically this is supposed to be you learning someone's true intentions based on the lie that they're saying out of their mouths because you're reading their body language.
Right.
However,
but I'm trying to read their body language to figure out what they're going to do next to try and get an opening.
So I will say that on that roll, you learn that these tentacles that come out of Kay are manifestations of like magic, of his magic, essentially. So they're not like a part of his body. So I think the thing that you learn is that if Cesar can basically detach his head from his body, or like basically make sure that he can't use his ability in some way, you guys would be able to get an upper hand on these, because that's the dangerous part, are the tentacles. His body is actually just kind of normal to be able to kill, and Cesar already has his hands on him. So I'll say you learn that.
Cesar, the body is the weakness. Ignore the tentacles.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I'm super helpful all the time.
That's great. Kallie.
Kallie will, I don't know, having heard that, get up. Where's the axe in relation to Kallie having been thrown? Is it near her? Or is it
Yeah,
back?
I'll say it's still near you.
Alright, she's just gonna be like, alright, the head. Got it, boss.
All right, you're going for a strike of the head that is in between Caesar's arms, but I will assume you guys will coordinate together.
It'll go really well, I promise.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
not like
saved
he's
all my
going to be able to
adversity
get out of the
tokens.
way very easily, so have fun.
Let's see how all that works. Let's have Kallie, you roll for your fight. It'll be against Kay's fight with his tentacles that are kind of going all over the place. You gotta beat a 14. That's like my third 14.
Okay.
No, I'm adding 2 adversity tokens. So that's a 16.
Alright, so I rolled a 10. I'm gonna add 2 to explode to a 12. I'm gonna roll again. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Oh,
Hey!
adversity token. Okay.
What I save him for.
Okay, you are able to strike him, or you're able to get close enough to strike Kay. Caesar, as you see Kallie running with the axe, full force, going for the head, what are you doing?
I want to shift my arms up so I'm grabbing his head. So instead of basically I'm wrapping my forearms around his face and trying to expose his neck so she can get him.
Okay. I will say that he was already going to grab your head, so it's going to be another roll between you and him, but now it's against his body. So
May I
it's gonna
change
be his...
that real quick? What if instead I try and grapple his arms so he can't defend himself from getting chopped in the head? So instead I'll move my arms around his shoulders and try and pull his arms back.
Okay. So it's going to be your brawn against his brawn. His brawn is only a D10.
All right.
Let me grab a D10. Yeah. All right. Got to beat a 7.
I got a 9.
All right. How do you guys kill this last wise man?
I think Callie's just running full force, is relying on you to keep the head, the neck ready to go.
I think, I position my arms to hold his arms so he can't protect his head in any way outside of the tentacles, and I just brace for impact.
Yeah, Kallie leaps in the air, both hands on the axe, swinging down and through his neck.
I will attempt to roll to the side at the last second so I don't get cleaved in 2 for the momentum.
All right. The first sound you hear is it's almost like a breaking of glass or a chipping of crystal as you thud into Kay and then slice him completely down the middle, and he falls dead. And then his body starts to creep slowly across the ground as it gets sucked up into a sphere, as does everything. Basically, like the end of Jumanji, you guys see a bunch of stuff being sucked in like a vortex into her body through this makeshift space in her chest. You see all the goons go through. You see even the were rats. Like you see a whole bunch of stuff like from the city coming here and being sucked in. And it takes about 2 minutes, and it is quite a tornado in here. So you all will need to hold on to something or find a place to hide so that you also don't get hit by something on the way in. So everyone needs to roll a grit except Liv, because she is standing there. And your DC is going to be a 15, just not to be swiped by something.
Oh, no.
I hate to bring this up, but how about the thing in my chest? Was that
I will get to that in a moment.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have the minuses to grit from before?
No.
No.
Oh, good.
What was the number?
15.
12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I did it. I got a 15.
Okay.
Kallie I rolled 2 nat 20s in a row.
Yo!
Oh my gosh.
I got a 45.
Yes.
45?
That's crazy.
It was nuts. I couldn't believe it.
Fun.
I couldn't believe the first one. I couldn't believe the second one. I was like, they're not going to believe this. God, the dice
You
tonight.
had so many 20s this
I
session.
know.
It's wild.
Kallie just stands there looking awesome.
Meanwhile, Cesar
Kallie's a
flies
superhero and
through the
did not
air.
know it.
What did Cesar get?
3.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can Kallie help him with a 45?
I will say that Kallie, as you just kind of stand there like a boss, actually absolutely just avoiding all of the things.
Just slams the axe into the ground and then just holds on to that.
Yeah. Raymond, you are able to dodge and weave and find a space closer to the ground as everything kind of whizzes past all of you into this vortex going into Asphira's body. Cesar, the pull that you feel, it is on your body because of the suction, but it's mostly from the thing that's deeply embedded in your chest.
Ow.
And it's holding on for dear life. And so it is being sucked in, and it will take you with it.
Yeah. I'll see you guys eventually.
Like carve it out of his chest. Can I?
I will say that on that crazy high roll, I will say you notice that Cesar is being pulled, and he's trying to like stop himself, but it's clear that he's being pulled, and you can also see that he is starting to bleed from his chest as this thing is digging further into you to avoid being pulled in. Yes. So you are also in a lot of pain right now as this happens. So Kallie, I will say that you can, in this chaos, you can move over to him, but you two are going to have to figure out what you're going to do. So let me know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, she's definitely gonna make her way over, seeing that. And I don't know, like if she can start to like, I mean, does it look like it's just embedded? Like it looks like it's like in his skin. Like
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think you see him in pain.
okay,
And so
but I don't. Okay,
I don't know if any of you know about the pin.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. No one's taking a look. So I guess I'm just grasping at my chest every now and then and sliding across the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Cesar, are you at heart attack now?
No, something else. I'll rip open that section of my shirt to see what's going on.
It is it's like a medium-sized sucking wound that is like, it looks like something was like impaled in him, but was then grown over and like healed and then impaled again and then healed and then impaled again, but with like muscle. And so it looks like it's going to be difficult to get out, whatever it is.
Axe or switchblade?
I got a bowie knife somewhere.
Kallie has one. Kallie will start digging in your chest.
Ah!
Okay.
Just like fishing around, just carving.
I'll say you guys are doing that while we come back to Liv and Asphira, who is finishing up and getting everything kind of sucked in between her. And inside of this liminal space, she's kind of she puts the snow globe is like on the ground, and she just kind of looks at Liv. All right, I think it's time for us to part.
Well, I guess all the best relationships have to come to an end sometime.
Well, yes, we do all die. Well, I'm immortal.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, no, that's actually true. I don't die, but you all die.
Yeah, eventually. I'll miss you.
I understand. And she and the world kind of goes black for you. And you are kind of back in this world, and your hair is an absolute mess because it's a bunch of wind, and it's just fully gotten you all over the place. Right next to you is Asphira as herself again. It has that gaping wound, and there's basically a sideways tornado as everything is coming in. You are watching as Kallie is trying to dig something out of Cesar. Raymond is on the ground, slightly in front of you, like trying to keep low as things are being like sucked in to Asphira. And this is the chaos that you're watching. Kallie, go ahead and roll a fight to see how well you do digging this thing out. And Cesar, you're going to roll a grit to see if you can hold yourself in place as because you guys are still moving towards the portal essentially. So you're trying to go slow to hopefully not be sucked in, and it's all going to be against. Caesar's was going to be against Asphira sucking in, and we are on the fifth round. I'll also say this is probably the time where a bunch of rats come out of nowhere.
Oh no!
But unfortunately,
ask if they could assist holding him to the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say many of them are very light. And so they kind of just come in and they start to like, skate across the ground. But they're trying to get to Raymond. And you said, Raymond, you want them to do something?
I would love if they could like hoard, like how Rat King, how they all like
pile on
one, and then like hold Cesar to the ground so that he doesn't fly away while.
I swear, I already stabbed someone once when rats got involved. I'm gonna do it again.
Oh no.
Okay. Cesar, your DC is now gonna be 5 to stay your ground as you get piled on by a bunch of rats. And Kallie, you are going to roll your fight to see how well you can dig this thing out of Cesar. And it's going to be against, I think, Asphira. So you got to beat a 5.
Okay. I did pretty well.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go first.
Oh, I rolled a 9 for grit.
Okay.
I rolled 11 on my fight, so I went ahead and exploded and got up to a 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the help of holding Cesar down and Cesar holding, you're able to dig in there, pop it out. Cesar, you're going to take a wound for that because it was real. I mean, it's attached to your heart, so it hurts real bad. Yeah, it was fully attached to your heart at that point.
I'm glad I got it.
Do I just die here and there?
We're gonna say you take a major wound and you are probably going to become unconscious as soon as it is fully off of you. because it's kind of keeping you alive.
Do I hear anything from the lady in my head as this is going on?
You don't necessarily hear anything, mainly because most likely she is trying to communicate to someone else.
All right.
You just can kind of feel her anger that she felt earlier is gone, and it's instead desperation. It's more of like a child, holding on to something, like, I don't want to go. But she is busy trying to negotiate with the thing that is taking her.
All right. And then when the thing is out, do I just stop hearing her, or how's that work?
How does what work?
If once the pin is out of my chest, do I just stop hearing her, or
We'll see in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. As Kallie kind of pops it off of you, it falls and it doesn't even hit the ground. It immediately gets sucked in to Asphira's body portal. And I'll say that, Kallie, you're going to have to quickly kind of see if you can keep Cesar from bleeding out on the ground.
I'll just use some rats for put some pressure on it.
I am going to have so many infections.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's so infected.
Yeah, you're surrounded by rats, so sorry.
But Kallie will try to figure out a way to start. I'm sure Kallie's had some wounds, seen some wounds. We'll try to start sewing him up.
Okay.
It's all right.
And
just give me a scene change and I'll be fine.
and eventually the wind stops, and you're all able to kind of look up and see that everything that was around you is gone, as is Asphira. And Liv is standing there. And Raymond, you're on the ground. You can look up and kind of see. Kallie, you are keeping pressure on Cesar's wound. But you have all successfully survived whatever was happening, killed or at least incapacitated the wise men, and they are now gone. And so is all of the things that you guys had come in contact with the last couple of days, from what you could see.
Is my bug still there?
Your bug is dead.
Damn it.
Dang.
Bad day for Liv.
But you all are alive. Well, Cesar's on death's door, but you all are technically alive.
I'm having heart surgery as we speak.
We'll get that crazy doctor lady down here. You'll be fine.
When you need her.
Yeah. And I will say that is the end of your journey, your tale, as you guys eventually make it back, either to one of you make it back to like the hospital, or one of you, brings the hospital lady back to you. The city is returning to like its sanity because all of the things are gone. So you guys are able to like go get help and get Cesar patched up again, find your companions and things like that. And that is essentially basically the end of this journey. But we'll come back to see what you guys decide to do as you have to live on after this nightmare. But that is the end of X Marks the Spot, the real world. So congratulations to you guys for surviving, fighting, and saving the city. And that is the end of our finale and the end of the season. So once again, thank you to our players, and thank you to you for listening. And we won't see you next time.
Aww.
I know. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you all for listening to the Agent Journey podcast. We hope you are enjoying the campaign. Don't forget, you can listen to our podcast on our podcast website, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. List will be in the description below. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. You can support the podcast on Patreon or join our Discord. Enjoy the journey.